The sun was melting into the golden fields of Punjab, painting the sky in shades of orange and rose, while the evening breeze carried the scent of wet soil and fresh wheat through the village streets. The call to prayer echoed softly from the old mosque near the banyan tree, and children's laughter floated in the air as they chased each other barefoot along the dusty path. Life was simple here, beautiful. But for Ariba, it felt heavy. She sat on the rooftop of her small brick house, her dupatta dancing wildly in the wind, her eyes fixed on the endless horizon where the earth kissed the sky. In her hands was a letter, creased, folded, and opened too many times. It was another rejection, another "we regret to inform you," another reminder that maybe dreams were not meant for girls from small villages. She had always been different. While others talked about weddings and traditions, she talked about universities and books. While her cousins learned recipes, she memorized formulas. While the world around her whispered, "Stay," her heart screamed, "Fly." But that day, something inside her cracked. Her father had sold 2 goats to pay her application fees. Her mother stitched clothes late into the night to afford her books, and still, she failed the entrance exam. Again, voices began to grow louder in her mind. Maybe they were right. Maybe this isn't your path. Maybe you're asking for too much. The sky darkened. The village lights flickered on, one by one. Somewhere in the distance, a dole played at a wedding celebration. Life moved on as if her world hadn't just fallen apart. Tears rolled down her cheeks, warm and unstoppable. "I'm tired," she whispered to the wind. That night at dinner, silence filled the small courtyard. The aroma of lentils and freshly baked roti rose into the cool night air, but she could barely swallow. Her father looked at her, not disappointed, not angry, just tired. And then he said something that pierced her soul. "Beta, if you want to stop, we understand. Not pressure, not anger, just love." And somehow, that hurt even more. Later, unable to sleep, she stepped outside. The stars blanketed the sky like scattered diamonds. The village was quiet now, except for the soft rustling of trees and the distant bark of a dog. She walked to the old banyan tree near the fields, the same tree where she used to sit as a child, dreaming out loud. She remembered being 10 years old, standing there, boldly declaring, "One day I will make this village proud." What changed? Fear, comparison, failure. She sat beneath the tree, her fingers tracing patterns in the soil, and for the first time she allowed herself to feel everything: the embarrassment, the exhaustion, the self-doubt. It crashed over her like a storm. And then something shifted. She realized something powerful. Failure had not destroyed her. Quitting would. Her heart was still beating wildly with dreams. Her mind was still hungry to learn. The fire inside her had not died. It was just buried under disappointment. She wiped her tears, looked up at the sky, took a deep breath filled with the scent of earth and night jasmine, and she made one small decision. Tomorrow, I will try again. Not next year, not someday. Tomorrow. It wasn't dramatic. There were no fireworks, no music swelling in the background, just a quiet promise whispered to the stars. But that small decision changed everything. The next morning, before the rooster crowed, she was awake. The air was crisp and cool. She spread her books on the rooftop as the first light of dawn painted the sky pink. While the village still slept, she studied. 1 hour turned into 2. 1 day turned into a week. She stopped announcing her goals. She stopped arguing with critics. She stopped explaining herself. She just worked. When relatives questioned her, she smiled politely. When neighbors whispered, she stayed silent. When doubt returned, and it did, she reminded herself of that night under the banyan tree. Slowly, something beautiful began to happen. Her confidence returned, not loud and flashy, but steady and grounded like the fields that fed her village.
She understood her weaknesses and attacked them fiercely. She practiced until her hands cramped. She revised until her eyes burned. Her mother would bring her tea at sunset, the sky glowing behind her like a painting, and say softly, "I'm proud of you." Her father would sit quietly nearby, pretending to read the newspaper, but she could see the hope flickering in his eyes. Months passed. The wheat fields turned from green to gold again. Seasons shifted. Life continued its rhythm. And then the results were announced. Her hands trembled as she logged in at the small internet cafe in town. The screen loaded slowly, too slowly. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. Roll number. Submit. For a second, she couldn't breathe. And then she saw it. Selected. Not just passed, selected. Tears flooded her eyes, but this time they were different. These were tears of victory, tears of relief, tears of proof. The cafe owner stared in confusion as she laughed and cried at the same time. She ran all the way home, her sandals barely touching the ground. Children stared, neighbors called after her, but she didn't stop. When she reached the courtyard, she held up her phone with shaking hands. "I did it!" Her mother covered her mouth, sobbing. Her father's eyes filled with tears he didn't even try to hide. The same courtyard that once held silence now exploded with joy. The dole that once played for someone else's wedding now played for her success. The village that whispered now celebrated. But the truth? The real victory wasn't the acceptance letter. It wasn't the university. It wasn't the applause. It was that one small decision under the banyan tree. The decision not to quit, because success is rarely about giant leaps. It's about tiny, brave steps taken when no one is watching. It's about choosing courage when fear is loud. It's about trying again when your heart is tired. Ariba didn't change her destiny in one dramatic moment. She changed it the night she decided that her dreams deserved one more chance. And maybe, just maybe, you are standing under your own banyan tree right now, tired, disappointed, ready to let go. If you are, take a deep breath. Look at your sky, feel your heartbeat, and make one small decision. Try again tomorrow. Because that one small decision might change everything.